Hello everyone, my name is Tanuja Ravindra Pawar. Today I am presenting the PPT on handling uncertainty on probability. The objective of probability in AI are to understand the concept of uncertainty, identify the sources of uncertainty such as sensor errors, missing data, randomness, and ambiguity, learn the role of probability theory in representing and reasoning the uncertainty, familiarize with the key probability concepts like events, random variables, and probability distributions, understand joint and conditional probability and their applications in AI. Second one was the Haplab Bayes theorem to update beliefs when new evidence is available. Differentiate between prior, posterior, likelihood, and marginal probabilities. The introduction of probability to AI. In the real world, AI systems rarely operate with complete and perfect information. Data from sensors, user inputs, or the environment can be incomplete, noisy, or unambiguous, leading to uncertainty. Then, probability theory provides a mathematical framework for representing uncertain events, updates beliefs with new evidence, chooses most probable actions in AI. They are key in spam filtering, medical diagnosis, self-driving cars, and speech recognition. These are essential for build intelligent and reliable adaptive systems. Meaning and definition of the probability in AI. Probability in AI is a mathematical framework to handle uncertainty in decision making, reasoning, and predictions. Also, it measures of likelihood that an event or hypothesis is true given evidence or data. It quantifies the uncertainty for rational choices in non-deterministic outcomes, and the formula for the probability in AI are: if event E in sample space of S, then the probability of E is the number of favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. Often uses Bayesian networks or methods, the probability of hypothesis given evidence of E. Then the principle of probability in AI. It quantification of uncertainty. It assigns values like 0 or 1 for likelihood. It handles incomplete or noisy data. Additivity for mutually exclusive events. Normalization probability gives the outcomes. Then these are independence events, don't affect each other, and it is a conditional dependency present in probability. One event influences another and modeled in Bayesian networks. Importance of probability in AI. There are some importance related to probability. First one was that it handles uncertainty. Then it supports for the decision making, improves the predictions, adapts to new information, foundation of many AI models, real world applicability, and the risk management. So there are some essential characteristics related to probability in AI. First one was it handling uncertainty in AI models. It quantifies the imperfect data from best choices. Second one was Bayesian inference. It updates predictions with new data. Then the applications are spam detection, medical diagnosis. Then the types of probability in AI. There are some types. I am choosing some of these. The first one was prior probability. It is initial belief before the data. The posterior probability was the updated after evidence. And the conditional probability is the probability of king given face card as a 1 by 3. And the joint probability was a probability of a girl and plays cricket is equal to zero point 0.3. Also marginal probability, then likelihood probability, then the Bayesian probability. It updates the beliefs via Bayes theorem. We using like spam detection and updating the priors. Then there are some fields of probability in AI. First one is the natural language processing (NLP), in which we the next word prediction, sentiment analysis present. Then computer vision. In computer vision, object detection using face recognition, speech recognition, probabilistic model for the text conversion, robotics for the localization path planning, and the medical diagnosis disease prediction. Also, there are another fields of probability in AI, recommendation systems. These are personal suggestions, finance for the risk management or modeling fraud detection, weather forecasting for the condition predictions, cybersecurity for anomaly detection, and game AI for the uncertainty in environments. The pillars of probability are probability theory, Bayesian inference, statistical learning, graphical models, then decision theory, uncertainty quantification. The feature and the future of probability in AI are hybrid with deep learning, scalable for big data, real-time reasoning improve. It the explainability in AI safety, probabilistic programming, policy governance applications. It quantifies the uncertainty updates, dynamically handles noisy inputs, integrates the with machine learning, risk aware, and the scalable flexible. The content was the future. Then there are some benefits or ethics in challenges of ethics like a probability in AI. First one was the handles uncertainty effectively, mathematical reasoning, dynamic updates, noisy environments, risk assessment, wide applications, content challenges. Another ethics was the computational cost, accurate needed, data sparsity, then computational modeling, interpretability, efficient and deterministic in tasks. Then the applications of probability in AI. There are some applications. First one was NLP, which is natural language processing. It converts the speech to text translation. Then computer vision detection analysis. Robotics is mapping the navigation in a AI. Medical diagnosis, these are like a treatments or like a cancer treatment, laser treatment, autonomous vehicle like it planning for future. Also, finance fraud predictions, weather for rain probability, cybersecurity for intrusion, manufacturing maintenance, spam filtering, game playing, recommendation system, and fraud detection. Resources for probability in AI. There are some resources. Books for artificial intelligence, a modern approach for pattern recognition and machine learning. The online resources was Coursera, the probability models, then the science, Udemy probability models. The web was the Khan Academy basics towards data science articles, MIT upon courseware. Then the tools were was PYMC3, PYM, STAN, Science. Then the ethics and issue in probability in AI. The ethical concern was the bias in data. Their probabilistic model can amplify the statistical or historical models. Then transparency. Difficulty in explaining probability-based decisions. Privacy. Use of sensitive personal data for probability estimation. Fairness. Unequal treatment of different groups due to biased. Accountability. Who is responsible for incorrect probabilistic prediction? Oh, there are some technical and practical issues presenting probability in AI. The over reliance on priors, which are the wrong priors, lead to misleading the conclusions. Data quality, inaccurate or incomplete data affects probability. Then the interpretability for the complex models are hard to understand for decision making. Then computational cost. The large scale probabilistic models need high. Then the dynamic environments are affect also. Then the conclusion of probability in AI. The probability is a core for handling uncertainty in AI. It enables the informed decisions with incomplete, oblique, or another noisy data. Concepts like Bayes' theorem from the foundations. Applications like NLP, vision, robotics, etc. The future of probability in AI are focused on fairness, interpretability, adaptability. Then it transfers uncertainty into actionable insights. Outcome of probability in AI. There are some outcomes. Understand role in uncertainty. It explains concepts like variables, distributions, conditional probability. It applies on them the Bayes theorem. It identifies types of probabilities like Bayes theorem, then prior probability, posterior probability, marginal probability. It recognizes importance in applications. Evaluate benefits, oblique challenges. Explore fields like NLP like natural language processing and medicines in diagnosis. It utilizes the resources for the implementation also. The reference for probability in AI are the Russell and Norgue in 2021. Then the objective questions, sample MCQs like Bayes theorem, random variables, subjective questions like it explains need for the probability, differentiate types, etc. Thank you.